All right, good morning, trade pros. Welcome to our morning market update for Monday, November 26th of 2018. This is George Papazov, Trade Pro Academy. I hope you had a great weekend. The lighting situation here is subpar. Our studio lights have been just moved temporarily for the weekend, and they're not here at the moment. So we're better lit usually, but for all intents and purposes, you can hopefully see me somewhat good and hear my voice, which is the important part. All right. We'll fix the situation for tomorrow. Let's start out by saying a few things very quickly. First and foremost, our Cyber Monday sale is now on until midnight tonight. So today's your last day, your last chance to take advantage of this huge sale that comes around once a year. And in all honesty, this year could be the last year that we run this promotion as well. So great opportunity for you to check it out and for you to join our family today, as a lot of people already have over the weekend, and our team has grown significantly. The bigger our community, the bigger the benefit to you to join it. So I'd love to say that. You guys visit the link in the description below. Go to tradeproacademy.com. It runs until midnight tonight, so you have some time. All right. Let's start out by saying the morning market fun fact. On this day in 2001, the Business and Cycle Dating Committee of the National Bureau of Economic Research, all right, that's it's pretty much an institution that calls recessions late because you need 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP for a technical recession. But on this day in 2001, we officially were given the confirmation that the United States was in a recession starting March 2001. So it's an interesting day. All right, just a fun fact. In today's markets, all markets are green across the board. We're seeing a rebound from the sell-off that took place last week and to end the week into the Thanksgiving holiday. Like we said, this was the worst stock market week leading up to Thanksgiving since 2011, and that's almost 8 years now of data. And we're coming at a little bit of a bounce. We're due for a little bit of a bounce. I'm looking for early morning strength to early week strength, followed by a midweek reversal and a try to the downside for late week. All right, we got a lot to cover in today's morning market update. In Asia, Japan's up 0.7%, Hong Kong's up 1.7%, China's down 0.1%, India's up 1.1%. All right, in Europe at midday, London's up 1 whole percentage point, Paris is up 1.1%, Frankfurt's up 1.3% as well. That's in Europe. And in the United States, Dow's up 1.1%. S&P's already up 1.2%. NASDAQ's up 1.7%, almost 2 whole percentage points pre-market. We're seeing a little bit of a rally here across the board in all assets. The question is going to be, can this rally be sustained on the open? Because everything leading up to the open is just information for the open, and the open is the real test of this rally. So we're going to see if volume starts to come back in on the upside. If you're seeing a rally on low volume, that's a short squeeze, and it means it'll eventually try to downside once again. So it's not as convincing. Now, if you're seeing a rally and volumes coming in, that's institutional money coming into the market, and the opportunity is better to the upside. I'm looking for a little bit of a sell-off early on in the morning, very shallow sell-off that could be bought for an opportunity rally to the upside. We're going to talk about that in the trade room, and I'll give you some levels. All right, crude oil's up almost 1 percentage point today after being down 11% last week and 7.7% on Friday alone. So crude oil got absolutely wrecked in light of Saudi Arabia increasing their output and just hitting some sell stops to the downside. There's a big summit in Vienna, in Austria, on December 6th, and that's the next real big event for crude oil that all traders are waiting to find out the outcome of. Either they're going to cut production further or maintain this production cut agreement, and how that impacts oil. We'll give you guys that information as we get closer to that date. All right, gold's rebounded slightly as well. Bitcoin's up 7%, back above 4,000, but that rally was faded fairly quickly. Now we're back below 4,000. There's quite a bit of volatility in the crypto space this past 24 hours, 48 hours, heck, even the last couple of days. All right. This morning we have Dallas Fed manufacturing survey at 10:30. That's going to be an important number. It's a big report. All right. At 1 p.m., we got the results of a 40 billion 2-year note auction in the market. So fixed income markets, we'll see some volatility around that time frame as well. In terms of the news calendar for this week, here's what we got. Today we got Mario Draghi, who's speaking at 9 a.m., who's starting at the moment. How dare Draghi do that? I told Draghi that I'm speaking at 9 a.m. I'm going to have to text him after. Clearly, he's just not getting the message here. Then Bank of England's Mark Carney is speaking at 1:30 p.m. today. And so you're going to see some volatility around that. In terms of the Brexit deal, European Union and Theresa May have agreed on the Brexit, the hard Brexit rules, and what that would look like. Now Theresa May's got to sell it to her parliament, who's pretty skeptical of it. However, there weren't the 48 votes required to get Theresa May out of office. Now the parliament's probably going to have to work with her to agree to actually cooperate and get some of this legislation through. Brexit's not a done deal yet, but there is going to be some negotiation. Watch the pound for currency traders. There's going to be a lot of volatility in today's session in there. All right. On Tuesday, we have consumer confidence coming out of the U.S. in the morning. Wednesday is a super important day. You got the bank stress test coming out of the UK. And in addition to that, we have a preliminary GDP number early in the morning and Jerome Powell speaking around noon. That's going to be the key day of the week. On Thursday, we have the blockbuster day. This is the day that everybody's waiting for, with the Federal Reserve releasing their latest FOMC meeting minutes. These are the meeting minutes. If you could be with the Federal Reserve once they have their meeting, this is what you would see them talking about. It's basically a summary of what was said and what was done. Not word for word, not verbatim, but a summary statement. And the question now is, the traders are asking, has this market sell-off, has the recent action in the economy been enough to slow down the Federal Reserve from raising rates? I personally think the answer is no. I think the last meeting minutes said enough by not saying anything, and they're going to allow themselves to continue raising rates through 2019. The neutral rate is 4%. That's what the Fed is targeting, which would mean another 3 to 4 hikes in 2019 are what's on the docket. That's what the market's expecting. All right. That's going to be huge. We're going to trade that live with our elite team this week. So great opportunity to take advantage of this Cyber Monday sale and join us on Wednesday to trade these FOMC meeting minutes. Sorry, on Thursday at 2 p.m. to trade these FOMC meeting minutes. It's going to be huge. And it's going to cost you $1. All right. Friday, we have some GDP data out of Canada, but the real chunk of opportunity and economic data comes Wednesday and Thursday. All right. So what do we get last week? Last week was a pretty down market. Starting early week, Monday, Tuesday was a sell-off. We held some of the lows through the end of the week and heading into Thanksgiving. And today the Dow was up more than 300 points. Everything's rebounding, like I said. Crude oil, S&P 500. I think this is a relief rally. All right. What does a relief rally mean? We're just getting a little bit of relief and reprieve from the previous sell-off. This isn't a good buying opportunity just yet, because we need to see a little bit more data. We need to see another failed low. We need to see volume starting to move to the bullish side. And I think this is just a small rebound from the downside of the last couple weeks. And if we are going to have some more downside, it could just be getting started. That's the problem here. Typically, Thanksgiving weekend has been a good support because there's been a lot of consumption. However, this week, net sales in U.S. malls, the brick and mortar locations, are down 4 to 7% year over year basis in terms of the actual sales. However, on Thanksgiving Day and Black Friday, foot traffic was down 9%, which means there were less people visiting retail stores, but they were spending more than the prior year. So it's not all a bad news story. In fact, this is a pretty good news story because most consumption has moved to the online channels. And if you look at online sales, we crossed the $6 billion mark on Black Friday. Online's up 28% to $3.7 billion on Thanksgiving Day alone. And today's the big day. Cyber Monday is the day that most consumers go online to purchase their gifts and do their consumption in time for the holidays. So this is a big day for retail as well. Pay very close attention to today, and we're going to see some more data as early as tomorrow morning on what that looked like. All right, so it's not all a terrible news story. I mean, foot traffic's down. However, I'm sure that even you and yourself and your purchasing experience probably bought most of your stuff online for convenience. You didn't have to go through the large mall crowds, etc. We're in Canada, and the Black Friday shopping isn't as intensive. But I'll tell you, we're looking for new office space here for Trade Pro Academy. And I went to look for office space on Friday. I was viewing our next future potential location, and there was it looked like a bomb went off in the building. I'm like, you guys are doing a fire drill here? There's nobody at work. So I imagine they were all also shopping. So in Canada, I saw it. I saw the consumption. I went on the weekend just to kind of get a coffee and look around to see if it's busier than usual. And it was. So it's an interesting statistic to see. All right. What else we got for today? That's all we got. I mean, we've reviewed what's coming up this week. I see a rebound early this week with the potential for a midweek reversal. All right. So if you're going to look to the upside, great. That's where the momentum currently is. But if you zoom out on any chart, you're going to see the downside, the prevailing trend. If you're looking on an intraday basis, bullish. On a medium term, you're seeing a lot of downside. And before we could write off this sell off and say, look, we're going to new highs, we're going to need a few things to happen. Number one, there's a G20 meeting that's starting this week, and Donald Trump and President Xi of China are said to meet there and come to some kind of agreement on their trade war and trade dispute that they've been having. If that happens, look for a super sharp rebound back to the upside. All right. We get an agreement that's formalized. That's going to be very bullish. Markets are probably going to go back to all-time highs throughout the rest of 2018 and to start 2019. If there's a lack of any agreement, all they have to do right now, because what's priced in at the moment is trade war, an increase of tariffs as of January 1st to 25%, and a new introduction, a fresh wave of tariffs on Chinese imports on an additional $250 billion of goods, which a tariff is like a tax. That's what the market's pricing in right now. That's not a good scenario. If President Xi and Donald Trump of the United States and China meet and agree to have a meeting to come to some kind of formal agreement, that's a bullish thing. They don't have to walk out of there, shake hands on a new trade deal. They just have to agree to meet to try to work this out, and the market's going to rebound sharply on that. That's the big unknown. That's the big outlier at the moment. In addition to that, what the Federal Reserve says this Thursday will also have a huge market impact. All right, that's the week ahead. The day today looks bullish. Look for an opportunity to buy some rallies. If volume starts coming in on the downside, you got to switch that outlook and start selling rallies and look for the downside move. I meant to say buy dips. All right. If it's going to be up, buy dips. Watch volume. Volume is going to be your indication today. All right. You guys have yourself a great week. Have a great day. Check out our Black Friday sale. It's over tonight at midnight Eastern time. It gives you a lot of opportunity and time to go through and have a look and choose a package and give it a shot. If you've been waiting, this is your chance to act, make a decision, and have a look at what we're all about. I can tell you one thing: we got hands down the best online trading community in the universe. All right. I know Elon Musk wants to go to Mars and colonize Mars himself, and you know, he'll be the first to tell you that this is the best stuff in the universe. Elon Musk is a member of Trade Pro. You guys should know that. No, he's not. I'm trying to get him to sign up, though. All right, you guys take care. Have yourself a great day. All the best. Trade well. I'm going to turn around here, set some levels for the team, and I'm going to put Steven on to talk about oil. We got a great day of opportunity today. Today's going to be some movement, and look forward to taking advantage of it with you guys. All the best. Have a great day. Manage your risk. Trade like a Trade Pro. We'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye. And we'll have the lights up tomorrow. I just didn't have time to put them up today. I know it's probably dark and gloomy. But you know what? It's kind of raining in Canada too, so it's dark and gloomy outside anyways. I don't even have the blinds up today. It's one of those days. So we'll have that fixed for tomorrow. Take care. Goodbye. All right, Trade Pros, let me give you guys some levels. To the new members, welcome to the team first and foremost. What we usually do is this morning market update on YouTube, which is something you're probably used to watching for free on a regular basis. And then we carry on and draw some levels with the team and size up the opportunities, and we trade it live every single morning. So let's get into the next segment here. I'm going to give you some levels on S&P 500, and I'll bring Steven on board to talk about oil.